Markets are falling and falling pretty quick. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions and here with a super quick update. So Tesla is one of the few stocks that is actually in the green. It hit lows of 302 during today's pre-market session and then has rallied to highs of 324. On the 30-minute time frame, it's still a strong descending pattern. Again, still very overhyped up. We'll see. We'll see if it actually begins to recover. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, it actually bounced very nicely off of this EMA, but overall, this could still be a setup for a lower high. So there is no confirmation that this thing's actually going to recover. It's a nice little push, just like it did last time. Push, lower high, gets rejected, sells off, makes new lows. I'm looking for the same thing. Gets rejected, pulls back, finds a test support here at 300, and then we'll see if we actually break it. I think some people were confused in yesterday's video. If you actually watched my video yesterday, I talked about being long in Tesla. But even while I was long in Tesla for that given trade, I openly said, hey, Tesla could break below $300. I've made numerous videos where I'm shorting whatever, let's say Tesla. And I acknowledge that, yes, Tesla could continue to skyrocket. I am in no way unaware of both sides. I love talking about the potential for profit, but of course, the potential for loss. And I think it would be more naive for myself to not cover something that is very, very likely. Tesla went from lows of 240 per share all the way to highs of 360 per share. So for it to correct itself, it was something that a lot of people were waiting for and a lot of people were anticipating. And just like we're experiencing with the rest of the market right now, markets are pulling back. Surprise, surprise, right? We talked about it from when it began to trade sideways and show signs of a resistance and a beautiful pullback right back to this moving average. Oh, but I thought it was going to 600. Again, no one knows where a stock is going to peak at. All we know is that if it quickly gaps up and then begins to trade sideways, it's showing signs of resistance. And as quick as it ran up, it tends to correct itself. This is how the market moves. It rallies, it pulls back, it rallies, it pulls back, it rallies, and it pulls back. And the less, I would say, valid that catalyst is, the quicker it will fall and correct itself, right? Because it's a short-lived positive catalyst. Trump being the president-elect doesn't change anything fundamentally about our stock market right now. There's hope, there's anticipation, and yes, the market does a great job. The stock market, more than any other market, does a great job forecasting and I would say just before it actually happens, begins to factor things in. And this is what the stock market is notorious for. The stock market is a market based off of forecast, and like the real estate market is a lagging market, right? Where it takes a little bit of time for it to catch up with what is actually going on. The NASDAQ pulling on back and the rest of big tech, I mean, you can look at it. Amazon down 5%. Amazon's a $2 trillion market cap. It losing 5% is not a light day, right? Nvidia losing 5%. It's beginning to correct itself. Is anyone surprised? No one should be. If you're part of our LPP team, you know that this is something that we've been waiting to cover. A bunch of people shorting Meta because, again, it was overbought. Finally pulls on back. No one to cover profits, especially for those that are shorting if it begins to show signs of a support. When it comes down to literally all of big tech, the only one that's, I wouldn't call it big tech, but the only one that's kind of still pushing is all the hype with crypto. Coinbase is still aggressively bullish, and Robinhood is aggressively, although it's kind of red, not too much. And then PLTR, you have to give credit where it's due. This freaking stock does not pull on back. It's super overbought, super overextended, but I would genuinely be scared to short it. Like, I think eventually once it does begin to tip on over, sure, but this is not a stock that I would like to mess around with and short early because of how incredibly bullish it is. It's just, you have to give respect and credit to specific stocks that hold their ground. And this freaking stock does not stop. I've been watching it since it was at $30 per share and it's ran up to 64. It's just, it's more of a wait. I want to wait to see if it does begin to sell off. And if it does, I almost just want to watch it. I still kind of don't even want to short it because I'm not fully sold that it actually will sell off. But nonetheless, like as of right now, I have an open long position on Tesla. So I hope that you know that when I make videos about Tesla, either, hey, breaking support or beginning to show signs of a reversal, it's all based off of, what that market is showing us for that given day. It's a, I would say, in the short term, Tesla is overbought. And I think everyone can agree with that. Am I saying long term Tesla is overbought? No, dude. I would love to see Tesla at a $5 trillion market cap. According to Elon, he thinks it's going to be at a $10 trillion market cap with the implementation of the Optimus robot, right? But we are not there yet, right? That's forecast, that's expectation, that has to get factored in once it's actually being put into place. Things other than this Trump rally, things are not looking good for Tesla. They were not looking good prior to it. It's why Tesla was selling off. Guidance for 2025 wasn't necessarily the best. The Biden administration is trying to get rid of, or the Trump administration is trying to get rid of these tariffs that subsidize buyers for these EV vehicles. So there's less of an incentive now to purchase an EV vehicle. And we will see for a first time in a long time how this actually affects Tesla demand. Again, I'm taking it day by day, just like many of you guys, and I hope that you guys don't get offended. If you're a bull and you're making a ton of money, great. I love seeing you win, but know when to lock in profits. If you're a bear and you're shorting as the markets correct itself, the same thing with you. Know when to take profits. There's nothing wrong with having a long-term vision and a short-term vision. So please just make sure that you get your intentions aligned. So on the 1 minute time frame, again, beginning to indicate some signs of an uptrend, up 500 on this trade so far, and I'll make sure that I keep you guys posted. I hope that earned your thumbs up. And like I said, I trade live every single day right at market open, and you can watch me as soon as Monday and only join for $1 a day is what the current sale breaks down to. So if you want to sign up, second link in the description down below will get you. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. You get access to the A to Z video lesson library that's designed for complete beginners. So if you're not a beginner, this is not going to be for you, but you also get access to our daily live trading session. I do not offer one or the other. It's all inclusive. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And yes, it breaks down to $1 a day. So if you want to tune on in, no excuses. Second link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.